With only 48 hours in Chiang Rai, we decided to hire a guide and cram as much as we could into a 12-hour tour.
Today is our main day in Chiang Rai, Thailand, and we are on a 12-hour tour. Our first stop is the White Temple. It's absolutely stunning, guys. It represents so much. Right over here, it's like hell, pretty much. You see hands reaching out of the ground and everything like that. It's stunning, but it's a representation. As soon as we walk over the bridge, it represents us walking into heaven. So let's go to heaven.
People dedicate their entire lives to building temples, essentially a gateway to the heavens for the people closest to them, where they can worship their God and communicate with the heavens, facing all of their demons and vices as they enter.
Alright, here we go.
The details unparalleled, assembled piece by piece, gem by gem, taking years, decades, and in some cases, taking generations to construct, all being done by hand.
Although the path to the heavens may seem easy, striving for enlightenment and merits, the Thai people believe it may take several lifetimes.
So there was no filming inside the temple, but guys, when I say the detail was incredible, the story to be told was insane. It was so beautiful. It literally had the war in the US, all the cartoons as a distraction. It had everything inside. There's no filming so that you can come and like see the place for yourself, and I'm telling you, it's 1,000% worth it. If you're in Chiang Rai, you cannot miss this. It's insane. Gives you perspective, you know? This is like a temple for Ganesh, which is one of the Hindu gods. I know that because of you, my best friend, Bianca. So shout out to her for educating me. I just feel so much peace here. I think it's stunning, the amount of detail and craft that went into this place. They started building it in 1997, the year I was born. Love that. They're not going to be done until 2070, so we'll be back then to see all of the grounds.
The White Temple was nothing short of amazing, but it was time to set off for our second stop of the day, the Blue Temple of Chiang Rai. We have arrived at the Blue Temple, our second stop. The blue is supposed to signify the skies, basically like the portal to heaven. And then many years ago, there were tigers everywhere. People had to, live their life around these tigers. Towards the back is supposed to signify hell. And then this is supposed to signify heaven. So the purpose of these temples are so that people could come here and basically check themselves. If you've been sinning, you go and you go to the hell side, you take a look at it, and that's supposed to make you, just change your feelings and put you in a better place of mind. So this temple here signifies heaven. That's why you have a big Buddha, and also Buddha is looking down over everybody as a sign of protection and love for basically all his children. Super cool. These are essentially the gates of heaven. In order to get into heaven, you have to go through hell. And this is supposed to be where you cleanse yourself walking in, to then go and pray to Buddha.
Our third stop, built by Tawan Dutchny, Baan Dam Museum, also known as the Black House, is a private art museum displaying the world's largest collection of animal remains, made into furniture and art installations, as well as a mixture of traditional northern Thai buildings and an unconventional and contemporary architecture designed by Mr. Dutchny himself.
Cremations, and then they put a little necklace on the top. Let him protecting the area.
Wow,
that's how people believe.
If you enjoy art, architecture, and exploring new grounds, this is definitely a place you are going to want to visit. Our fourth stop of the day was the Long Neck Karen village, and what a humbling experience it was. Indulging in their culture and hearing their story, although short-lived, was life-changing. You see, in the late 80s and early 90s, many tribal communities fled Myanmar to Thailand to escape persecution and civil war, the most popular being the Long Neck Karen tribe. As interest and popularity grew, smaller towns were created, giving tourists an opportunity to come and see these hillside tribes for themselves. Now, the Thai government typically retains the entrance fee, but provides a stipend to those working in the villages. Also, any money they make from selling souvenirs is for the tribes to keep themselves. Now, this is their only way of living, as the Thai government has yet to grant them citizenship. Although they have yet to receive citizenship, they believe returning to Myanmar would be far worse.
She will hold it on the back. It's a half kilo.
Yeah, right?
เดี๋ยวช่วยจับข้างหลังนะ She will help you when you
Oh, how do you feel?
Very pretty.
We were welcomed with smiles and happily handed over money for trinkets, knowing the funds would go directly to support them.
I love it. So now I have from Chiang Mai, from my Lala, and then from the long neck Karen village.
So the man, when they're free, they're making a wood carving. These are statues, what they sell here.
Niwari.
Niwa?
Niwari.
Niwari. I'm Jade.
I did.
Okay. 150.
You can cry. Should I get like a beaded one or another gold one? 150. Let me see for you. I got one for you. Let me see.
Natasha. 150.
Which one do you like, babe?
What's the other one?
This one?
I think I like the second one you picked up.
You like it? Look. More. 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 When it's hot. You see? Okay. Here, you give this to your mommy. For taste, okay? Thank you, Kaka. Thank you, Kaka.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm fighting back tears, I'm not gonna lie. These are the cultural experiences I live for. There's two little girls over there. They're just playing with their makeup. They're so cute, and I'm gonna cry. We are currently at the Long Neck Karen Villages, and if you watched our Chai Lai Orchard video with the elephants, was telling us, our guide at the time, was telling us all about this tribe, so it's just amazing to be able to live it.
Wow.
I love it.
I love it.
You should get it, baby. You.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Let me see.
If not, just get something else, maybe a little smaller.
Let me see what else.
Our next stop was a bit more chill. We had a chance to stop at one of many tea plantations in the mountains of Chiang Rai. Learning about the entire process and history of tea plantations in the region, dating as far back as the 13th century.
Drinking traditional teas and overlooking the plantation, one could only imagine what life was like back in the 13th century.
We're at our tea farm. Fourth stop of the day.
Smell what you drink. Have to clean your mouth. Second time, taste.
Nice and light, refreshing.
One of our final stops of the day, the Golden Triangle, provided a bird's eye view of all three countries, Myanmar, Laos, and of course Thailand. Here we noticed how close and easily accessible these countries are, essentially paving the way for the drug trade in Southeast Asia.
The last stop of the day led us to the House of Opium. Here we learned about the actual history of opium and everything that goes along with it, from tools to cultivate to tools to smoke, and everything in between. It's nice to see a culture that embraces their history, whether it be good or bad, rather than just try to erase it completely or keep it out of the public's eye. To this day, they are still battling drug trafficking and drug use, educating the next generation on the dangers of using and the risk of trafficking.
I was bad, I was not good for the hill tribe people. Do a business is more than at least 1 ton.
Wow, 1 ton of opium. Wow. What do you got there?
Stamps for postcards.
Let me see those stamps and postcards.
We got a duck mount, looks like a dragon, and I'm gonna keep going. One of each.
Don't do drugs. You're gonna suffer from erectile dysfunction and end up in jail. And that is why we don't do drugs.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Today has been the most amazing day.
It was so informative. It was a full day. Honestly, if you only have 1 or 2 days in Chiang Rai, you need to do this tour. You don't have to. No, you don't have to want to.
Highly recommend it.
Need to.
We're the type that like it's hard for us to decide what we want to do. So for us, it's easier if we just hire somebody to drive us around. Best decision we made. We only had 1 day here in Chiang Rai, and we made the most out of it. Definitely.
We saw everything we wanted to see and more, and we learned so much today. I'm grateful to our guide John, and if he has information, we'll also place that on the screen or in the description because it's that good.
That good.
Bye guys, see you later.